its own, but we can just try to discuss it. You are saying somewhere around $200 is okay for a student,
Yeah,
to survive.
two to $300 is enough money to survive in China. I think so.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. How much?
If
How
you
much
will-
do you guys survive on, like for a month?
Like I like the thing is like the word like you saying like surviving or just for living.
It's different.
You know that the survival rate, for example, what I already have been sent, the pocket money, whatever you are spending in a 1 month in your country, is enough for surviving in China,
China.
even with traveling. I'm saying with traveling.
With traveling.
Yeah, 1,000 RMB is enough for
To survive for a month,
for a month,
including traveling.
including traveling in China.
Oh,
You know my because you know that I'm living here, so my expense is around about 1,000 to 1,200.
because that's almost about $150.
Yeah,
$150.
but I'm saying the $200 is really enough. Really,
Amazing.
yeah, really enough.
Anyways, I think for me, including my transportations around, and I move around a lot.
Yeah.
I basically spend about $200 every month. For all these basic expenses and going up and down, considering food and considering all other items, like, for maintenance of my room and myself, and, a few things. I think I spend almost about 1,400 yuan every month. And then if there's any extra, it's about me getting something else that I need to change or fix or something like that. And that's what, takes me overboard. So I think it makes sense. But for me, I think it's for students that really have scholarships going for them. It's such a good life for them. And I'm not saying good life. I don't want to use the word good life for now. But it's much more comfortable for them to live on an amount of about $200 and maybe $150. But for somebody that is self-funded and is taking care of himself, is somewhere around $100 enough for a month?
$100 is roundabout. You can say that 700 RMB. I think so. $100 is not enough money to survive here. For survival is okay, but you cannot, that in the 700.
Because this can be a very big tip for those that are trying to come to China. There are those that are planning basically to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
With this self-funded. So
For the self-funded, I think so that 1,000 RMB, round about to $150 is okay. $150, $150.
dollars, yeah.
Yeah, is enough to survive here in China. My expenses is round about
Just
this
about
one.
that.
Yeah.
Just about that.
Yeah, it's round about 1,200 RMB. I think so. If you are cooking by yourself in China, so you can easily survive.
We have some podcast topics that we are going to be discussing, and
Yeah.
just for the MCAST.
even
Some
even-
of them are going to be
yeah.
is studying in China worth it, and how the cost of living, and how much people live on and spend on here. It's great that it's coming up right now.
Yeah.
The living expenses and what it could take for a person to live maybe not comfortably, but in the direct situation, in the most tightest situation, how much a person can survive on in China.
Already I have been told you that in the tight situation, I think so 7 to 800 RMB is enough.
And that means that you're not going to be going to the movie shows and have that sort of comfort
I
that
think
others
so.
have. And,
You know that Alfie, Mr. Alfie, you know that in China, a lot of companies are offering sponsorship. Always give to the sponsorship to you in context of, for example, they are taking to you for a visit or such type of opportunities you can avail here in China. A lot of companies are offering such type of facility. For example, sometimes we go outside for running or race or hiking.
Yeah.
So they took us. So in this way we can go a lot of cities, and sometimes in China. Marathon is a really famous
marathon
thing.
is- yeah, marathon
when
is
you
good.
even the free.
how much does it
registration-
pay? How much does it pay?
No,
Like for marathon?
It's a free. It's
free.
Yeah.
But do
some-
they give some, some fees?
Yeah, some
for
gifts. No
sponsorship?
fees. Even
Okay.
they took you from your door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, last I think last December.
Yeah.
I was going a marathon. They took from our gate.
Wow.
Yeah. So in such type of way you can travel. Even sometimes the School of International Education took you to the other city for visit.
Yeah.
So in this way you can travel. or even sometimes you can join the conferences there, so they bear your expenses, the
Yeah,
hotel,
and then for food and all that provisions.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you,
okay,
in
that's
this way,
good.
you can travel and visit the places. So I think so. 1,000 so RMB, or you can say $150. It's around, but it's enough money to survive, easily survival. And even if you want to be eat outside, the
I was
lancholamia is
about to talk about that. It's like if somebody decides, if a person decides to be eating in the school's canteens and just live his life within the school and not basically add the extra life that comes with going outside of campus. And then, I mean, if the person decides to really be focused basically on campus and eat from the canteens, buy from the canteen supermarkets, I think a person can really live on about 500 to 600 yuan, which is almost close to $100 a month.
yeah. Mr. Alfie, in China, in the university system, you know that there is a canteen. Every at the canteen, fantastic canteen.
Yeah.
Their foods are very qualitative.
Quality and then not that expensive.
Yeah, not that expensive. So they just take $1 from you. They
Yeah.
just took $1 from you. Might be not $1. If I will check, in $1 is the round about the seven RMB in $1.
Yeah.
So 7 RMB means you can say the $2 roundabout. The
Yeah.
$2 for in $2 you can eat a lot from the school's canteen. So I think so. It's enough money.
We will
for you.
bring you back for a more detailed conversations on this,
Yeah.
how to survive in China and how much a person can survive in China, because the podcast is set up for that.
Yeah.
MCAST is set up for that, to help people to live their best life in China.
Sure.
So life cannot be a problem, and this is all about China, all about experiences in China for experts in China and all that. So yeah, I think it's been a great conversation, and thank you so much for coming. What I want you to know is that we have actually recorded a video, full-time video on all the conversations, all about scholarships and all that. So we'll basically upload them, in combination with this, in tandem, so that people can see and refer and learn and how to go about the application, when to apply, how to apply. And then for me, the most important one for me was not getting scammed. And we have a podcast show that is coming on. Scams. The topic is simply scams in China.
Comes China.
Avoiding scams, fraud situations
Yeah.
in China. And I want people to, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please do so, because this podcast is going to be mega.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate we cannot move outside that much,
Yeah.
because we want to gather people's experience and bring more people in and involve people in that sort of video and almost all of this. And so we are going to be undertaking some sort of social experiment, social interactions with people to share their experiences of life and all these topics that we will be discussing in our podcast. It will be amazing.
Yeah.
Because for me, because I've been on the forefront of things when it comes to scams, I was not the one that actually did it, but I see it happening to people. And amongst 4 students in China, you realize that at least 2 of them have been scammed. When you put 4 students here in China, 2 of them have been scammed.